taste in my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling.
Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope everybody's staying warm out there. We just have this flood of storm after storm after storm. I feel so sorry for you guys up in Pennsylvania, New York, New Hampshire. I'm telling you right now, here in Texas, we don't know which way's up when it comes to weather. We just had 30s and today it is 80s. And this is like the third or fourth time that it's happened in the last 2 weeks. And this is just crazy talk. I mean, it's not natural. Today's video, ladies and gentlemen, is something that I have been waiting to do, but being so busy, haven't been able to do it. But this video is very, very important, especially for a lot of you out there that may have either thrown in the towel and you just put your stove out in the garage or shop and just kind of like gave up on it. But there's been a few situations in videos to where I've brought to the attention of individuals how to find problems. They've seen the videos, they pulled their stove out of storage, and voila. I just want to make this very clear. This part is on the Integra 1. And it is on the Rika Integra 2, okay? So this video applies to y'all, okay? So it's located, as you can see, behind the grill. This stove, it's just so exposed because I've got the top off, I've got the grill off, because I ended up making a video on the insulation blanket for a client. And this is actually being completely refurbished for a client, and I've got some exciting news that's going to be coming up from this client, and I know you're watching. Okay, it's coming. So anyhow, stay tuned. We're going to have all kinds of new content coming up. But again, this leaking situation happens on the Integra 1 and the Rika Integra 2. When I go through and I do my checks of all of my body parts, nuts and bolts and so forth, I find and I locate things that need to be tightened or adjusted. Okay? So today is, you see this cast iron grill right here that blows your hot air from your convection fan through your heat tubes up underneath this heat shield and then out the cast iron parts. This cast iron part right here is held on with 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts. Okay? Now remember, these stoves are from the 90s. Any nut and bolt that has not been checked and double checked over 30 some years, good chance, if it is not completely rusted and bonded to the body, it may have a possible leak and it may produce airflow problems. Now, when I say an airflow problem in this situation, what this would mean is it allows air into the firebox, which then affects the negative pressure. It makes it weak, and it can actually make it to where the air sensor cannot get the combustion fan to adjust high enough, a high enough RPM, in order to correct the problem, to correct the air leak. Okay, in this situation right here, it wasn't that bad, but I do know of a gentleman that we did find that all he had was a lazy flame. What I got is high pressure air. And when I refurbish stoves and I clean them out, I blast them. My doors are open and I've got big fans. They're not running right now, but I got these 3-foot shop fans that just hurricane wind past me. And you'll see it when I blow it. It's going to like napalm out, which is no big deal because our shop, I just blow my shop out. So when I do it, I want you to look here right here, here, and here. Okay. And I'm going to adjust the camera so it's like shooting across here. So when I blast the air up to the inside of the firebox, it's got heavy creosote in there because I haven't cleaned it out yet. And let's watch what happens here on these bolts. All right, and then we'll talk. Huh? Huh? All right. Huh? Huh? All right. You see that? That, ladies and gentlemen, is a air leak that I have been dying to make the video on. Now y'all know, and I'm going to make the hidden air leak part of the name, because this again is another situation that could make an individual give up on their stove. And this will create such a bad, lazy flame, you can't even correct it by fine-tuning it. And all you have to really do is, let me just see if I, yes, I do. I got my act together here. That doesn't happen very often. We got a 10 millimeter. Sorry about that. I'm fighting having to get glasses, and I won't give in. I'm not going to do it. So I just wear Julie's. Okay. 10 millimeter. Put it right on in there. Watch this. Let's just watch if it turns. Look at that. Did you see how much that turned? Look at this. It's still turning. Don't reef on it too tight. These are old. You don't want to be snapping them bad boys. That's inconvenience. Okay. Here's the bad one. I already see this. Here. Whoop. Oh goodness. Oh man. Oh. Whoop. Oh man. Yeah, baby, tighten that down. Get her, Scott. Okay, now I had a good understanding of where I was at pressure-wise. I know when something's going to snap, okay? You see how bad that was? Major. Not major, but it could have been worse. But that was a lot of turns. Let's check this one. All right, that one, no problem. Actually, this did. I seen it puff. Okay, wait a second. Let me check it again. Maybe it was this one that puffed. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this one definitely. Okay. So, that, ladies and gentlemen, tells you not only does this channel help you in ways that no other technician out there could potentially do for you, but we do bring you issues and solutions to problems that we dive deep. We get in there, okay? We make sure that your stove is covered in all directions. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is a situation that next time you take your stove out and you put it up on the bench, you know, you might be right now sitting there with a stove that you've changed out all the gaskets, okay? You've checked all the components. Everything seems to be working. Your air wash is sitting properly. And you guys understand what the air wash is, right? It's the glass gap at the top of the door that if you or somebody put insulation across there, That right there is a situation where your stove is never going to burn properly. That air wash has got to be clean of debris. I've got a video out there to where I showed how debris over the years, 10, 20 years, can pack in with creosote, just washing your glass and cleaning and changing your gasket on the inside. Unless you understand that some of you don't change your glass gasket, but maybe some of you have never changed your glass gasket, but some of you, it's like every 10 years or, what I've talked to some of you. And that air wash, those glass panels have to sit all the way down and seat on the bottom of the door, which if you open your door and you look at it, you'll see the gap up there. But if your panels are pushed up at all and you don't have a consistent gap across all three panels of the door, you got a problem. This might be a problem or a solution for you if you've never checked it. Okay? So, there you go. You guys stay with me. I've got some killer videos coming up. You're going to love it. I've got one that's really tricky. Okay? It actually customizes your stove to fit you or maybe a hobby of yours or something to that effect. I'm not going to give it away. Just got to keep you all suspenseful, so you're going to want to hit subscribe. So you guys stay safe out there. Have any questions, email us at offgridstoves@gmail.com. If you have to call us, go ahead. And I know that you guys hear me say this all the time, but it will take 48, now I'm saying up to 72 hours to get back to you. And I ask you, especially if you see this and you hear me saying this, don't be all snippy with us if we take that long, because it's nothing personal. It's just that Julie and I are helping so many of you right now that if we could legally clone ourselves, I'd do it. I'd love to have another me. He'd be better than me, but you know what? That's cool. You guys stay safe. Peace. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Scott with Off-Grid Stoves and More, and I'm here to offer a quick short on a major problem that's going on right now. For a lot of you, what's happening is your Austroflamm and Rika door has been shut all summer long, all right? So what's happened is it's got a lot of compression. It's leaving indentations in the gasket. Depending on how old the gasket is, it'll just start to deteriorate and it'll lose its air seal. Right now, I kid you not, we are getting calls, not calls, emails, because a lot of you understand that that's the quickest way to get a hold of us. But you're finding out that if you don't use the right gasketing material, what's going to happen is it's going to allow too much airflow into the stove. It's going to, on the Rikas, it's going to throw air codes. On the Austroflamms, it's going to basically just shut down, or you're going to have air sensor issues due to the fact that too much air is getting through that door. Okay, we have the proper gasketing material. It's a high density gasket, which is necessary with the Austroflamm and Rika because it was designed that way at the factory, and all the specifications, the way that the airflow sensor operates is all designed to use this particular gasket. Okay, we have them in stock. Don't try to use a white gasketing material. The white gasketing materials are too soft, too spongy, and what's going to happen is you're going to go through all the work of changing out that gasket, and you're going to find that your stove's going to start malfunctioning. So, offgridstoves@gmail.com. That's the quickest way to get a hold of us. Literally, we'll get back to you on the average of within 1 to 2 hours, depending on what time of the season it is. But we have more than enough of these kits in stock to get you up and running and eliminate that problem of having too much air entering your stove and then making mama unhappy. So you guys stay safe out there.